Chapter 5. The How-To. Knowledge is power potential. Applying knowledge is power in action. Peter Wolcott. Most of us know that certain foods are better for us than others, that certain actions bring better results than others. And yet, we still find ourselves waning in their application and a place of priority in our lives. Why? There is an argument that the pain associated with how things currently are in your life needs to be at a certain level in order to trigger a counter response. Now, sometimes pain, threat, discontent, they can push us into that reptilian brain area and we regress our functions to cope. However, if you were to acknowledge the pain and use it to ignite a more proactive response, you could very well remove that strife from your life, perhaps permanently. But you have to embrace it and be very much self-aware within that pain. It sounds horrendous, but let me explain a little more. You do not want to be in pain, and often the quickest route away from pain is the most long-term ineffective method you choose. Food, alcohol, drugs, etc. All momentary release. If you were to pause and be more mindful of what is causing the problem, and then seek to overcome it with longer-term strategy, you can start to pull yourself into a life of strength, health, and happiness. Right now, most of us and many of us are lacking perspective, a distorted focus. You're not alone. Lockdown has many of you feel the same. Our body image and self-perception may not be the best during normal times, but for some, the quarantine lifestyle has people feeling even worse about themselves. They're not actually doing anything to change it, but instead try to escape the pain it causes momentarily through sedation and distraction. Again, food, alcohol, drugs, etc. Not utilizing the very things that will change the fact that you are still unhappy with your body, how you look, and how you feel in your own skin. That has to change. And if you really want it to, this shitty situation we find ourselves in, it could be your chance. It is quite easy to sit and wallow in our own self-defeating story that it is just too hard right now. But if you're going to quit at something, let it be the bullshit bubble you've put yourself in, while you create excuses not to do the tough stuff. If nothing changes, then nothing changes. The very credo of BodyTrack: without challenge, there can be no progress. Long before our quarantine conundrum struck, many of us were content within our discontent, telling ourselves the stories that aligned with our inaction, in a bid to justify not doing the work. The propensity to then rely on these bad habits during lockdown to feel better, with the likes of comfort eating, increased alcohol consumption, relative inactivity, because an hour's walk per day, if you are doing it, is not exercise, merely an increase in physical activity level. They only push yourself further into that pit you were struggling in prior to. With a little extra time on your hands, it is time to evaluate and determine what you actually want. With the knowledge you already no doubt possess, you're in a position to craft a better you. Sounds corny in many respects, but it is a fact that you can start to employ the very knowledge you have to your advantage. Start simple. What do you know to be a trait or practice of the person you want to become? It could start with the cultivating habits that trigger with existing ones. For example, you hear your alarm first thing in the morning. Who hits the snooze for an extra 10 minutes? I know I have. Limit your dependency on the snooze and get up. Start your day strong. This can lead to more positive habit forming, as that extra 10 minutes may allow you to make breakfast that you tend to skip. You have most of the knowledge already, but to really benefit from that, you have to start using it. Envision, plan, develop, and try the things that you know align with the better version of you. This lockdown could help you more than hinder you, but it is going to take effort. And where there are any missing pieces, you can reach out to professionals and experts who have helped numerous people fill in those gaps in nutrition, training, or mindset coaching. So what you're going to do is this. Having previously written down and posted your intentions in Chapter 4, now is the time to start putting them in play. Every day you're going to introduce a new habit that is stacked upon the last one. Baby steps, as it were. Because the journey of this is one of patience and strategic rollout. This will help you avoid overwhelm and the fib. but equally help establish them as enduring habits to carry on long after lockdown is lifted. Here is your simple yet hugely effective schedule for your week one habit stacking during the quarantine regime. 1. Drink 2 liters of water per day and reduce caffeine intake. 2. Get outdoors every day for 60 minutes of fresh air activity, walk, jog, ride, etc. 3. Reduce alcohol intake to every other day if this is an issue. This will reduce more throughout week 2. 4. Get up at your normal workday time if currently not working or have relaxed working hours and complete a workout. 5. Focus on 3 nutritious meals per day with protein and vegetables as the primary base of each. Do not eat 2 poor meals in a row. 6. Send a message every day to your partner and or best friend. 7. Take 10 minutes to focus on breath and your mind. Seriously, this will have impact.